you probably shouldn't buy it. I can keep the brush here while adding the other piece at the end. Suction, it's pretty good. Stick the vacuum cleaner in and it stays there. This one is just a nice design and it's in line. If we compare those things, you know, this is for small jobs only. It's no good. It gets very dusty very quickly. This is pretty good. Bang. Okay, let's get rid of some of it. Okay, I think it was doing quite well. It's doing a pretty good job. It's not taking everything. So I press the button there at the back, then I pull it out. This is a genius design, but you probably shouldn't buy it. So the question is, who is this for? Okay, so I have made a lot of tests with this one and compared it with this cheap vacuum cleaner from Temu, and you can watch that at the end of the video. There is a lot of material, but first we need to discuss why I don't think this is for everyone. So first of all, who is it for? It's for someone for whom money is not such an issue, because this in the UK retails for £130. I bought it for £100 in a promotion, so it's fairly expensive these days compared to things like this. Or you can, for let's say £20 or $20, you can buy this model that's a slightly bigger and much stronger, so that might be better option. So this is for someone for whom money is not a big issue, or someone who definitely needs to have a very small vacuum cleaner like this one. Now you can use it like this, or you can add those various add-ons like this crevice tool, and you can add this brush. It just clips in and then out. It's not super good, it's fairly cheap, but it works well. So if I apply some force, it will just pop out or pop in. So I don't want to do it too often because I don't want to break it. I can keep the brush here while adding the other piece at the end, or the other way around. I can actually have the brush at the top, and this bit I can just stash it here. So it's a kind of a genius design, this bit by itself. Now the other thing that I think is great is the way we empty this thing. Now it's not perfect. So first of all, this crevice tool, when it gets in, it requires a lot of force, and when I remove it, I can't grab it by this and pull it, because this will pull out by force now this container. So I need to grab it by the end and then kind of gently try to pull it out, which again, if I have those bits at the end, it might be difficult. So I pull it, okay, and it's kind of tough, which is a good thing because it won't pop out by itself, but I think it's too tight. And then when I want to empty it, I need to make sure that I hold it this way down to contain all the dirt, and press this button. So I can't hold it like this. I need to hold it from here or from there, and then gently pull it, and then it pulls out fairly easily. And this is another genius design, is this piece of rubber. It slides down this filter to remove all the rubbish. More about this in a moment. And then it slides back in again fairly easily. It can be charged with this charging station, which is fairly good. I just put it back in and it stays there and it charges fairly quickly. Or I can simply remove the batteries, press the button here, remove the batteries and manually charge the batteries via USB. Can I charge them while the batteries are in here? No, the USB port is not visible from here, unfortunately, not accessible. So I would need to remove those batteries. Also, these are 2 amp batteries. I bought myself a pair of 3 amp batteries, which I think they should be there by default. Ryobi says that on the lowest gear it can go for 14 minutes, which is long enough for small vacuuming, and really it shouldn't be used for bigger jobs, because this simply is very small. So this is, a small job, for half a minute, or maybe in the car here and there. But if I want to do proper vacuuming in my car, I would probably use a bigger vacuum cleaner. I can use this one, it will just take me a tiny bit longer, and I might need to empty this a few times, which I will demonstrate in a moment. Oh yeah, and the brush can just pop in straight here, so I don't need the crevice tool. I can just have this brush and it will do the job, which is brilliant as well, because sometimes this is too long. If I add this bit at the end, it's just too long. So this is brilliant. And again, I can do the same thing with this add-on. I'm not sure what this one is for. It may be useful in some situations. Kind of rocks forwards and backwards, so it's, as you can see, well rounded. So in some situations it may be good. It's not for me. I really like this thing or the brush. So probably most often I will use it like this, with brush like this, to get rid of some dust from some surfaces. Suction, it's pretty good, and I think it's because this is actually not 4 volt as it's advertised on the website for whatever reason, but it's 8 volt. It says clearly here and here on the box, 8 volt cordless hand vac. So they use 2 batteries to double the voltage and give us much higher suction, as you could see with my hand test. So, first gear. If I cup my hand slightly, it will hold. If I straighten it up, it probably will fall down. Let's check. It does fall. Now let's see what happens on the max. So I need to first press this one and then the max button for double power. This is pretty good. Now it's much stronger than this one, but my tests show that because this has got also a much smaller nozzle, I get very similar results. It takes me a bit longer maybe, but I get better results, and also this might get into some spaces where this one might not, although they are very similar size, so this could get in, however not with the brush. With the brush makes it much bigger. So I might not fit it in between the seats of my car and whatever is in the car, whereas this one will fit in, and this one might struggle, so I might need to remove the brush. The design is very nice, it's not very loud. I love that it's a black color, because obviously having all the yellow bits everywhere, green, yellow, it's not really that great. It doesn't look professional. So I'm glad that Ryobi is now creating vacuum cleaners that are mostly black and just with a bit of this green and yellow. It looks much more professional in the house, basically. For the tools, yeah, I love the color when the tools have black and that green and yellow, because they are easy to find, among other things. But for home appliances, definitely the design is great. Now the charging station is cool. It could be used with this thing, so we can store our bits and pieces here, or we can just remove that. So there is a charging power supply here for charging, and it can just go by itself, and I just put it on the floor, stick the vacuum cleaner in, and it stays there. I haven't had any issues of this tipping over and falling down yet. So this obviously is slightly better. Stability is concerned, but not by a lot. Oh, what's happening? Why can't I? Did I do something wrong? Oh, it's maybe there I can get in. Okay, so I just discovered it can go this way, or it can go 90 degrees this way. So whatever you fancy. This is very good. Let's see if we can do the other way. If we do it this way, let's say. Oh yeah, we can do it this way as well. So, okay, so this is fairly versatile. On the side here, we've got some markings that will tell us what the lights blinking here or flashing indicate. Now, regarding this cheap vacuum cleaner from Temu, again, it's good enough, but it's got this chamber that's a bit smaller, and also there is an issue with the filter. More about this in a moment. And also a blower is often required to make it easier to clean those filters. Okay, to sum it up, is it a good package? Is it a nice vacuum cleaner? Yes, it is for all the jobs, little jobs in the house, maybe here and there, for really small jobs. Brilliant. However, £100 is already a lot, and 130 even more. And for 150 you can buy a big professional vacuum cleaner that could be also configured with very small nozzle. So you get a bigger chamber to get the dust, much more dust. Yes, it's bigger, it won't fit in the car maybe so well, but you get professional vacuum cleaner with lots of power, 1 hour runtime or half an hour on high power, strong batteries with a possibility of attaching various brushes and doing proper vacuuming job. So I think we need to really be careful about what we are buying. But other than that, I can't fault it. It's brilliant, it's genius, it's just a little bit more expensive, taking into consideration current situation in the market, which means there are lots of cheaper vacuum cleaners, either very cheap ones like this one or similar ones for double the money only. So instead of 10 you pay £20 or dollars, and you get something much stronger, which probably is stronger than in this one as well. This one is just a nice design, and it's in line, which makes it easier to store in certain places. So in my car, I'd rather have this one because I've got this place in the boot where it fits perfectly, whereas this one takes a little bit more space than I would like it to. But again, it's not bad at all, you know. If I remove this and put it together with it like that, then it's even, you know, much less space. So if we compare that, if we compare those things, you know, I think you need to decide, make your own choice. I'm gonna keep this one. Let's see what happens. One thing that I can add is that those small ones, they're kind of much more comfortable to hold, especially like this, whereas this one, I need to hold it like this. So it's kind of a front heavy. It's not always comfortable to hold it like this. But maybe it gives me longer reach. If I need to reach to some places, yeah, it gives me longer reach than this one by, you know, I don't know, quite a bit, 15 centimeters or so. Or even I can even extend it so it's like, you know, 30 centimeters further, you know, so quite much further reach, but it's not necessarily as comfortable. But again, this is for small jobs only. Remember, don't do big jobs with it because it's not practical. You absolutely could, but you would need to be emptying this container and cleaning the filter quite often. So probably not the most fun activities in the world. Is that correct to say? Probably not. These are probably not most exciting activities in the world, you know, unless you fancy that. Who knows? Okay, let's talk about the genius design of it. So this filter and how we empty this bag. This is very cool. Now, the one issue I have is that I really want to do it this way, but that is wrong, or because we actually need to do it this way, or holding like this. So holding it down, pressing this button, grabbing from here, not from there like I want to, because I'm holding now this container. So I need to do it like this, and then pull it gently down, and there is this piece of rubber here that pulls down all the rubbish from the filter, so all the rubbish stays inside of the container, and this is genius. Now let's look at the genius design of this filter itself. So if I remove it, okay, so we've got this metal mesh, and this metal mesh is genius because it stops a lot of dust, the larger dust particles, and they are a lot of them. After vacuuming for a moment, there is a lot of the dust around, and it doesn't go inside, and only inside we've got this filter that stops all the small particles. So that means that we can have the filter for longer. We don't need to change it as often as if we didn't have this mesh. This mesh is very important. Now, the problem is now cleaning it. I mean, it's not a problem, but we can blow it out. So let's see how much dust there is. So a lot of power. Let's have a look. Whoa! Okay, as you can see, it's the filter is therefore very effective, as you can see. Yeah, but that's the only way I found we can clean. We can also blow into here using our mouth if we want to, but obviously that's not practical. A blower like this is really useful. We can also blow from outside. Very effective as well. And that's the main advantage. Now let's look at the simple vacuum cleaner from Temu. So this one cost me, I don't know, £10 or something like this. So I can remove this bit, and then I need to do it this way. Okay, slowly, okay. And then I can remove this bit, which is fine. But then again, as you can see, this one doesn't have that metal mesh, and it's completely clogged. So again, we can clean it. So let's see. Ooh, phew. Yeah, it's messy. It's messy. So we move dust from one place to another rather than contain it. So this one is a little bit better. It still creates lots of dust, but not as much as this one. Yeah. So that's the kind of a genius design of this Ryobi vac. I've just tested this with drilling a small hole. It's no good. It gets very dusty very quickly. I think it's gonna be destroyed too soon, so not worth it unless for a really tiny one-off job or something like this. So that was pretty good, and I didn't use the brush. So I've got some very small things here. Let's see how it handles those things in the kind of a fleece blanket. This is pretty good. I think it has collected practically everything. I can see a lot of small specks here, but where I vacuumed, it's absolutely perfect. So let's do more if you want to see. So I'm pressing which button? This button. It comes, sorry, this way. It needs to go this way. Yeah, I need to remember. Bang. Okay, let's get rid of some of it. Okay, let's do the test again. This is really good. I'm actually very surprised, pleasantly surprised that it did the job so well. Okay, it's expensive, but maybe it's worth it. Okay, first I want to test this small, cheap vacuum cleaner from Temu. Let's see what it does. Okay, I think it was doing quite well. It's just a little bit slower than I would like to. So let's now try with Ryobi. Okay, and now the maximum speed. Okay, so it did quite well. It was definitely quicker and better, but obviously at a higher cost. Okay, here I've got some annoying dirts that are really difficult to get rid of. So let's see the cheap vacuum cleaner. Okay, so not bad at all. I find it annoying. I press with my hand this button here like this and it stops. So that's annoying, but other than that, it's doing a pretty good job. It's not taking everything, but let's see what Ryobi will do on the first normal power. Okay, I would say it's not really doing any better, maybe even worse. So let's now try on the maximum power. Okay, that wasn't really better. I don't know, but let's try this the small one again. Well, surprisingly, the small one is better, but let's now try Ryobi, but without this, the crevice, sorry, the brush at the end. So let's see if that improves things. Maximum power. So disappointingly, it's not really better. That's a little bit annoying, but well, let's see inside with more tricky things. The small one first. It's doing quite alright. Actually, it's doing quite alright. Let's try Ryobi with the brush. Now this is much better. This is now much better, but I've lost the brush, okay? So that's no good. It was better because I guess it's bigger and it's easier to clean more. Okay, we have now much bigger dirt. Let's see. It's actually doing pretty alright. So let's do a Ryobi without brush first. Okay, max speed. Okay, that would be marginally better, I guess. Let's put the brush on. Okay, the brush is on. Let's continue. Now max speed. Okay, with the max speed is definitely better, quicker. However, the small one, surprisingly, the small vacuum cleaner did a good job as well, and it would be still okay. Might take a little bit longer, but it will still do a good job. So, well, Ryobi is the winner, but not by a lot. One more test, I want to try Ryobi with this different type of brush. It's kind of rounded, and it's got, yeah, it looks like this basically. So let's see what happens. Okay, I guess the brush might serve a purpose in some situations. It didn't help much here. I did vacuum some dirt, but it wasn't brilliant, but it's not the right brush for this job. Let's test this brush on a carpet or mat like this one. And here. Okay, so it's pretty good, but not brilliant. Let's use the brush now. Okay, so the brush on the crevice tool for a change. And now on this fresh mat, fresh, I mean freshly dirty. Max speed. Okay, so I would say it does okay for an emergency use. Every now and then it's okay, but for a big clean it's not the best. It just takes too much time, I guess, but you know, not bad. Okay, another example. So here the brush does the job, but it helps to have actually a vacuum to get rid of those all the fluff at the same time. It really helps. All right, real life scenario. So let's see how it performs. Okay, that was quite good. Okay, that was quite good. Now let's do this cheap vacuum hoover from Temu. What did I pay for it? 8 quid or something like this. Okay, that's almost. Right, obviously not as impressive, and this is much smaller. Let's see the bigger one. Okay, okay, no comparison. I mean, it's much weaker. It does the job, but it's much weaker, obviously. So now let's do again Ryobi. First, let me try with normal speed. Okay, that was easy. So we don't even need the maximum speed actually. So let's do maximum speed and let's see what happens. Okay, that was good. A lot of stuff here. So I'm going to get rid of now the stuff from here, all the dirt, and I'll try again. Now, by the way, what I love about this vacuum cleaner is how we actually get rid of the rubbish. Okay, so I press the button, and then this slides out, and see it doesn't come back very easily. That is a bit annoying. I need to be careful how I put it back in. So bang, it clicked. So I press the button there at the back. Then I pull it out, it comes out nicely, and if I'm careful, it comes back nicely as well. So that's a kind of a drawback. I need to be careful with this, and then the filter is practically clean. This is brilliant, you know. I just get rid of this now, and here we go again. Okay, bang. So I'm going to pull the brush forward so it clicks in onto the crevice tool. Let's go. Okay, without the brush. Okay, I think this is pretty good, you know, it's not amazing, but it's pretty good for, you know, for what it is, the size and, yeah, the size of it. And now I'm going to clean this a bit with the brush on. Okay, so it's pretty good, you know, I think it removed practically all the dust, and there is obviously still some dust here, but that's obviously fine and expected. And now for a change, let's use the big one, proper vacuum cleaner. Okay, so the question is now, is it much better? Maybe, no, it's still, there is still some left, but this needs proper cleaning now, as you can see. So I think this has done a pretty good job, decent job really, so yeah, I'm happy with this. Now if you want to see more, let's go. I think that did a good job, and if I add the brush, that should be even better. Okay, this dirt is a bit wet, I guess, and maybe it's molded, etc. So I'm not going to use this. I need to wash it properly. But all the dust, it comes off easily. Now this is really good, and obviously I can have a look inside here to see the results. So yeah, I'm pleased with that.